Hello everyone. In this video, I will be covering problems from functions. In this shift 1 on September 11, 2020 for TSEAMCET, there were only two questions asked on functions. This is the first function in which they have asked something about an onto function, and this is the second function in which they have asked about the domain of a function. Okay, so let us just start with the problems. So question 1 is given as f minus 3 to 2 to 0 comma cube root of x, and they have said that this is an onto function which is defined by this. Then what is x? Okay, so in this kind of problem, uh, first you should know what is an onto function, right? What is an onto function? If you don't know what is an onto function, then you will not be able to solve it. So very easy. If this is a function, this is the domain and this is the range, and domain is like 0 1 2 3 and range is like 0 1 2, and if you put x equals to 0, x equals to 1, you get 0. If you put x equals to 2, you get 1. If you put x equals to 3, you get 2. Then this is an onto function. Also, if there's a function like this 0 1 2 3, and this is the domain and this is the range 0 1 2 3 4, there is no corresponding element in the domain for value 4, then this is not an onto function. So the definition of onto function is just that each and every single value in the range should have a corresponding value in the domain. That's it. So in this problem, the range is given as 0 to cube root of x. So it should be such that for each value between 0 to cube root of x, there should be some corresponding value in the domain. So let us first try to draw the graph. F of n is given to me as 2 plus cube root of n when n belongs to -1 to -3, and n raised to the power 2 by 3 when n belongs from -1 to 2. Okay. So in this kind of question, you don't have to worry about the shape of the function that you are trying to draw. You just worried about the values. Okay. So when n equals to -3, what is this? 2 minus 3 raised to the power 1 by 3, right? 1, the cube root of 3 is 1.44. So this value is like approximately 0.56. So if this is minus 3x, this is 1, this is 2. So it's somewhere around here for minus 3. When x is -1, this is what? 2 minus 1. Cube root of -1 is -1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So till here. So it is something like this from -3 to -1. When the definition changes, when n is -1 to 2, at -1 this is what? Cube root of -1 is 1, -1, and the square is also there. So -1 square is 1. So this value is 1. When n equals to 0, this is equals to 0. When n is equals to 2, this becomes 2 raised to the power 2 by 3, which is equals to 2 square raised to the power 1 by 3, or 4 1 by 3. So cube root of 4. So it goes something like this to this. And this value is greater than 1 but less than 2. Why? Because cube of 1 is 1 and cube of 2 is 8. So it is some number between 1 and 2. So maybe like here. So this is cube root of 4. This height is cube root of 4. So your function is this. It lies between this value and this value. So the range is somewhere around, the minimum value y is taking is 0 and maximum value y is taking is cube root of 4. So the range is 0 to 4 raised to the power 1 by 3. Right? Very easy. So if x is equal to 6, then 0 to 6 1 by 3, 0 to 6 cube root, this value is outside this curve, the range that we can see from this curve. So this will not be an onto function. And as we can see from comparison, this is the range 0 to 4 raised to the power 1 by 3, and this is the given range. So x should be equal to 4. So this is the correct answer. But there's a catch in this problem. I think it should be then maximum value of x should have been something like this, because even if x was 1, so cube root of 1 is 1, so it would have been 0 to 1. And as you can see, from 0 to 1, all of the values are present, right? All of them have a corresponding value in the domain. Even for 2 raised to the power 1 by 3, maybe somewhere around here, that also is an onto function. So it should have been maximum value of x. I think they made some sort of mistake while designing this question. But if you don't think too much, there is this 0 raised to the power 0, 4 raised to the power 1 by 3, which is the range of the function. So if I was writing this exam, I would have chosen this option 3, and it would have been correct. Okay, next question. Okay, also in this problem as well, I think they made some sort of mistakes with the options, not with the question. Question is good, but some mistakes were made in the option. Let us see what kind of mistakes they are made. Okay, so in this problem, question 2, f of x is given to me x minus greatest integer of x divided by square root of mod of x minus x. As we know that since this is the denominator, this cannot be equal to 0. Right? This cannot be equal to 0, which means what? This cannot be equal to 0, which means mod of x cannot be equal to x. Whenever x is a positive number, say 1.1, mod of x is equals to also 1.1. So mod of x, we know that it is equal to x when x is greater than 0, and minus x when x is less than 0. So mod of x cannot be equal to x. That means x is less than 0. When x is less than 0, mod of x equals to minus x. So square root of mod of x minus x will be what? Minus x is square root of minus 2x. Since x is less than 0, minus 2x is a positive number, and square root of a positive number exists. Also, please note that since this is in the denominator, x cannot be 0 as well, right? If x is 0, so then this is 0 minus 0, square root of 0 is 0. You will have your denominator with 0. So x is not equal to 0 either, and x is not a positive number. So x equals to any value which is less than 0. So A is set of all the numbers which are not positive and which are also not 0. So this is A. Now let us look at gx. Gx is given to me as x minus greatest integer of x divided by square root of mod of x plus x. So I am not really bothered with the numerator, because if I have say something like square root of 2.5 in the denominator, or square root of 5, or square root of 1, or square root of 2, they are all positive numbers. So anything can happen in the numerator and it will not affect my domain. So I'm just really bothered about this. So again, the denominator cannot be 0. So this square root cannot be equal to 0. So in that way, this cannot be equal to 0. So mod of x cannot be equal to minus x. And again, we know that mod of x can either be x or it can be minus x. This is equal to x when x is greater than 0, and minus x when x is less than 0. The problem says mod of x is not equal to minus x. So this cannot be less than 0. Hence, what should be x? X should be greater than 0. Also again, x is not equal to 0, because in that case, this will become 0 plus 0. So square root of 0. So square root of 0 is not defined, so x is not equal to 0. So B is the set 0 to infinity, right? Yeah. So A is minus infinity to 0 and B is 0 to infinity. So let us look at option 1, A union B. A union B will be equal to what? All the numbers except 0. So this is R. So this is R minus 0. But in the option it says R, so this is not correct. Now look at A union B. A union B will be all the elements which are common to A and B. So A is what? Everything on the left of the origin is A, everything on the right of the origin is B, and origin is not included in any of those. So A union B is a null set, there is nothing. So this is the correct option. Now here is the problem with this question as well. The options are always, I don't know what are they doing, but A minus B is given to as minus infinity to 0. This is also correct option, and B minus A is 0 to infinity is also correct option. And why is that? When you subtract two sets, if A is equals to say 1, 2, 3 and B is equals to say 3, then A minus B is, you remove all the elements from A which are also part of B. 3 is part of B, so you remove that. So A minus B is 1 comma 2, right? So when you do A minus B, you remove all the elements of B which are common in A. So all the elements of B, none of them is present in A. So A minus B is also minus infinity comma 0. And similarly B is 0 to infinity. None of the elements of A are there in B. So B minus A will stay as this. So these two options are also correct. I don't know, for some reason these guys are not paying attention to the options that they are putting in the questions, or what they are really doing. But I think somebody has made mistakes over here. Maybe I have. So if you think I've made, if I'm making the mistake here and not the exam authorities, kindly let me know in the comments. Okay, thank you everyone. Only two questions were there on functions. So we will discuss maybe complex numbers next. Thank you.